I'm Joe Tessitore. We're glad to be bringing you action and welcoming you to London, England. We're at the Royal London Theatre for our main event of the evening. 10 rounds in the heavyweight division between George Foreman and Wladimir Klitschko.
Big George Foreman. And his opponent across the ring. His professional record stands at 55 wins, including 49 big knockouts and only 3 defeats. Wladimir, Dr. Steel.
I want to see some head.
Well, they're scheduled to spend a half an hour swapping leather. This is a 10-round. That's a good probing jab that time by George Foreman. He comes with the straight right hand. An accurate left by George Foreman. Foreman's edge is speed. He can get in and out. He can get you offensively. He can get away from you defensively.
Yeah, he has radial tires, and you got to take some air out of those tires. No better place or way to do that than go downstairs.
Wladimir Klitschko's defense is now serving him well. Nice job blocking that punch.
Keep those hands up.
And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Nice strike after catching one by George Foreman.
There's no need to be on the inside.
Oh, and they decide to trade there. That was a miss by George Foreman. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. That's a forceful 2-punch combo by George Foreman. Not much action as he just ties up. Wladimir Klitschko's right hand did a nice job that time. That worked well for him. Last 10 seconds of this first round. Quick snapping hook, and it does damage. And that's the end of round 1.
Fucking beautiful. That was fucking amazing. I want another round like that. This is Listen, I don't want to see you against the ropes. As soon as you feel ropes, move out. You gotta get the double jab. You're not giving me the double jab. You're only giving me one jab.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway.
Keep working the jab.
Wladimir Klitschko's feeling the effects now of that hook. That worked out really well, throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Missed the body shot.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Teddy, you get your hands on George Foreman. You can shape him any way you want. What do you want to improve with him?
Well, first of all, you want to understand what you don't want to mess with. I think that's the most important thing to a good teacher, a good trainer. What not to touch. Obviously, his confidence that he can hurt you, and his ability to control distance, to be set on his feet. He knows he's a puncher. He's always set to punch. That's one good thing about him. You want to improve his technique. He leaves holes. Shorten his punches up a little bit. Cover. A lot of times after he throws a heavy punch, that heavy punch drops down and he leaves himself open. He doesn't cover back the way you would want to. The old timers would say, throw a punch, test hot water. Get that hand right back.
Wladimir Klitschko has that big, dangerous right hand. What we're seeing out of him right now is a good combination.
Yes, you're seeing good combination, and what you're seeing as the table setter is the jab. The jab is setting up that right hand. When it's time to eat, he knows.
Wladimir Klitschko's got to wake up to the fact that he just lost that last round, and the reason he did was because he wasn't efficient, he wasn't accurate. Yeah, he was throwing punches, he wasn't landing many.
No, he's throwing them from too far away. They're too wide. He needs to shorten them up, get into better range, and use that jab as a finder.
He's looking good. Looking good. He's tired. Look at him. He's so fucking tired. He's got...
And round number 3 is underway. Good job on the two-punch combo by George Foreman.
Relax!
And now he brings the left hand upstairs. Great movement to get away from those punches. Really good work right there, landing the 2 punches in sequence by George Foreman. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. He just missed that shot up top. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by George Foreman. Caught by that right hand. He never saw it coming. He may be looking to clinch here. Boy, I know he's not in great shape, but all of a sudden he's doing a very good job of defending himself.
You know, it's a funny thing. He's fighting on instincts, and sometimes that's a good thing. You don't want to get hurt to get there, but you want to get there. Right now, he's doing things without thinking, naturally.
There you go.
Blocks away that headshot. Good double jab by George Foreman. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Goes up top with a right hand. Final 10 seconds. Wladimir Klitschko's defense. Is it ever good? Look at how easy he's able to block those punches.
Working and this is your fight. Don't get lazy out there, all right? Don't get lazy. You're winning this fight. You won that round, all right? You won that.
Nice work on the outside. Keep it up. Keep your hands up, all right? You have to keep your hands up.
Start of round number 4, a chance for us to look at Teddy's scorecard. He's trailing 3 rounds to zip, Teddy. People will be looking at this and say, yeah, but he's throwing punches. But Teddy, it's about throwing clean, effective punches.
Exactly. And it's about not standing in front of your opponent after you punch and waiting for the receipt.
Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by George Foreman. Well, this is the kind of work, a good solid headshot that won Wladimir Klitschko the heavyweight championship and has kept him on top now for the better part of this decade.
Yeah, what I like about it is when he throws the punches, he's always in position to come back with another one. I'm expecting him to start coming back with other ones now.
Wow, a big flush blow, the left hand by George Foreman.
Keep moving.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Wladimir Klitschko. Unable to land clean by George Foreman. Foreman's able to land a good, solid left hand. What a big shot from George Foreman. There's a straight right hand. Oh, you see him with the left of the head there? Foreman's doing a brilliant job with his head movement. He's employing top-notch defense right here, and it's frustrating his opponent.
It is frustrating his opponent. His opponent needs to make an adjustment of thinking right now and understand what's there, not what's not there. We know that the head's not there, but what's there? The body. He needs to start going downstairs. That will freeze up some of that head movement.
You see how effective, you see how much you can control the fight with a jab. That was well done by Wladimir Klitschko. Oh, a nice two-punch combo by George Foreman.
He's tight. He's tight.
And now he scores well with the straight right.
Come on, kid, focus.
He can turn that punch over. Wladimir Klitschko has a knack for taking just 6 inches of punching distance and making it so impactful. Halfway into round number 5 here. How about that left hand? It's almost unfair what Wladimir Klitschko can do in the ring, right? You know how strong he is, how big he is, how offensive-minded he is, but the ability to use his defense and turn it into offense, we saw it there. Wladimir Klitschko's found the punch that'll always excite a crowd, and that's that straight hand, that power shot. You can see it coming, and there it is.
Well, he must be pretty happy that he's got an opponent that throws all wide, all round punches, because straight beats round.
A stabbing right hand comes in by Wladimir Klitschko.
There you go.
Wladimir Klitschko's now having to deal with a bloody nose, and that can be a real distraction, especially when it comes to your breathing. Wladimir Klitschko well off the mark that time. And that's the end of round 5. It's just a brutal display in there right now, Teddy, and it's painted on both guys' face.
And the one with the advantage, this is going to sound funny in this kind of brutal war that we're watching here, but the guy who lays back a little bit now lets the other guy take the chances and takes advantage of those chances. Under these kind of conditions where you can barely see what's coming, believe it or not, the guy that gives in that way, that's smart that way, he's going to have the advantage.
Good right hand. Good combination to the head. George Foreman's right hand working well that time. He scored well. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. What a crushing blow up top he just landed.
That's why you don't pull straight back.
To the head he goes with a left hand. Comes across with a hook up top. Wladimir Klitschko's cut is really a mess right now, and it could jeopardize this fight for him right here. Teddy, is there blame that needs to be placed on his cut man? Could he have done more?
Well, really, the trick to being a cut man is pretty simple. It's not rocket science. You have to have the right medicines, the right coagulants. You have to be calm. You have to be able to put pressure on that cut, get it to stop, and then put those medicines in. But you need a little help from your fighter. You need him to move a little bit on his bike and give those medicines time to work.
Stay away from the inside.
Nice work with the overhand right. And now he's targeting upstairs. And he's really doing a nice job of hitting the mark with the jab.
And that's exactly what he needs. And it's not hard to hit the mark when the mark's coming at you. The right choice of a punch.
There's no need to be on the inside.
Nice job doubling up the jab by George Foreman. Look at the mess in the ring right now. Foreman's cut is just painting himself red.
Yeah, it's a good thing. At least we think that judges are not influenced by the way a fighter looks. Because if they were, both rounds are going in his favor.
And that's the end of round 6. Wladimir Klitschko's, well, he's back in the corner, which is critical in terms of trying to stop the bleeding on that cut. But it's also critical because they need to put forth a new defensive game plan.
Yeah, they have to make sure that they buy some time here and start moving their head, using their legs, tying up a little bit, doing anything to kill the clock and not get caught on that cut anymore.
Oh, and the right hand comes into play by George Foreman. Good block there by Wladimir Klitschko. So after being hurt, Wladimir Klitschko now looks steady on his feet again.
And don't expect him to make the same mistake twice.
Wladimir Klitschko's left now getting into the mix. Doubles up the jab to the head. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Right back to it upstairs. A knifing left hand by George Foreman. Foreman's clearly found exactly what he wants out of this fight, landing those hooks on the inside.
Yeah, well, his opponent's standing right in front of him. His opponent should start, turning him a little bit, moving around him a little bit so he wouldn't be set to throw those hooks at him.
Huge right hand from George Foreman. Wladimir Klitschko is really in position to control things in this fight if he can do what he did just there, and that's land a good, solid jab. That's a big uppercut that just crashed home. Good smooth work by Wladimir Klitschko. That's classic counterpunching.
Yeah, what he did was he pulled that right shoulder back. He just pulled it back, gave him the left shoulder, and then gave him the right hand.
Oh, this is a wipeout. You're winning this fight. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you got this. Just keep doing what you're doing. Listen, he's done. He is done. I want you to...
I'm not sure what the answer is, but he's clearly down and down big on your scorecard. Teddy, can he mount a comeback here?
Yeah, he can, Joe, because he hasn't had trouble finding his opponent when he's let his hands go. His problem is he's not been consistent with offense.
Not able to land the headshot. In a strange way, now it could create an offensive opportunity. Wladimir Klitschko's opponent is drawn to that cut he opened up, but it now could force him to be reckless coming in.
You're exactly right, Joe. If you're the one cut, you have a job to do. You have a responsibility. Don't let that throw you off. Stay to your game plan. But if you cause the cut, you have something that's a responsibility. Don't get over anxious, like you just said. Don't just start going for broke. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Oh, and there he lands the right hand well. This looks like it could be just a matter of time now. Maybe a punch or two away from going down. Teddy, what's he got to do?
Well, he's got to grab. He's got to find a way to stop the offense. And to clutch and grab, usually that's one way.
Takes one, but gives one. Good work by George Foreman. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Boy, sharp two-punch combination by Wladimir Klitschko.
You're doing great.
Wladimir Klitschko's getting himself into the mix now, landing that left hand. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by George Foreman. And round 8 comes to an end.
With this guy.
George Foreman's well-conditioned to the realities of this harsh business of boxing. But even though we know what we've seen out of some ringside scorecards through the years, I'd be shocked if everybody doesn't have him ahead in this fight right now.
Yeah, but never be shocked in this business, because you never know with these blind judges sometimes. I hate to say it that bluntly, but time and time again, you just get shocked when you hear the score at the end of the night.
Wladimir Klitschko's opponent's probably looking at him right now saying, wow, you're not changing anything up. You know, he got to him moments ago. Now, he's got the same style that he's looking at again.
Yeah, but he got to him moments ago. Got to him. One time. I think right now it's too early to all of a sudden throw everything out the window. But look for an adjustment if things don't change. If he can't get away from those punches, if he keeps having problems, he gets stunned again, then you might have to look for a change. You might have to make a change if you're going to survive.
Oh! Foreman's down. He took a combination that he couldn't survive. So big George Foreman able to get up after that knockdown, and now a real challenge in front of him.
Now the challenge right now is really the opposite of any challenge that he's ever faced before. Usually the challenge is how to get rid of a guy, you know, how to put his big paws on a guy. Now he has to find a way to survive.
A crushing two-punch combo by George Foreman. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Wladimir Klitschko. Right to the body. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Wladimir Klitschko's knowledge of the game is showing through. 3 ways to defend. One of them is to block. He did it there well. George Foreman's combination punching is working well here. George Foreman brings the thunder with that hook. Last 10 seconds of the 9th round. And that's the end of round 9. Wladimir Klitschko's corner has to keep him calm. That's the kind of cut that can send a fighter into fits.
Yeah, and a corner man into using crazy glue instead of adrenaline. I mean, that is a scary cut, as you just said.
Now this is it, 10th and final round. Fine-looking right hand by George Foreman. The jab, once again, an effective tool. George Foreman blocks that punch. You can see blood trickling from the nose of Wladimir Klitschko. That's a concern. Wladimir Klitschko's ripped to the head. Nice strike after catching one by George Foreman. Wladimir Klitschko's defense is paying off now. Halfway through this 10th and final round. Foreman lands a formidable left. George Foreman sticking to what we've always known of him, Teddy. The style hasn't changed, even though he was knocked down earlier.
You know, a lot of trainers would say, hey, they pat him on the back. They say, there you go, kid. You know, stay with your identity. Just make sure that you correct a couple little things you need to correct.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Wladimir Klitschko. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. Very nice. Solid. Oh, this is going to be close. He may be able to survive the round, but he has gone down now.
One, two, three, four, five.
So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
Joe, this is where instincts kick in. You got to start moving that head automatically right now. You don't want to stay in the middle.
Final bell of what was a one-sided outing.
Well, this one is easy to score. At least it should be.
Let's hear how the judges had it. You send it up to the ring.
Your winner, Big George Foreman.
Foreman's dominating performance gets the payoff with the decision. A unanimous decision. Teddy, your scorecard reflects that as well.
Yeah, it was an easy one to score. I mean, he did it fundamentally well. It wasn't just with talent. He did it with the jab. He did it with control and range, going to the body. Great night.
That does it from ringside. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us.